It was a dark and stormy night. Or wait, the sky is quite clear actually. Welcome back to Satisfactory. So, in between the episodes I haven't really done much except I've scouted out some areas and I've waited for the space elevator goods to complete. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the base. I think I'll just leave it as is for the time being. But eventually we'll get around to looking at more alternative ways of doing things. For now, I think that what we should do is disconnect these belts, and these additional parts will be great for putting in the awesome sink, because the next tier is going, or the next phase is going to require some advanced items that will take these parts as parts of those parts, just to make sure that it's complicated enough. Anyways, let's seal this thing. And send it off. It always looks so impressive. Kaboom. Bye. Okay, now that that's done, let's go back to the hub. I think we are going to tear down the space elevator because, as I mentioned in the previous episode, this is not where I want it to be. I would much rather have it be somewhere permanent. So one of the things that I did do in between episodes was that I ran off and got some mycelia, because I realized that, we don't have mycelia. That's not good. There is not a great deal of mycelia in the desert. Probably not a huge surprise, because fungi does not thrive in desert areas. Who would have thought? Okay. So, yeah, oh yeah, that's what that was what I was going to do. Tier 5, oil processing, yay. This is going to be fairly interesting to do. And this is going to require probably several episodes to do, because oil is one of those things that is difficult to set up. Like, this is like the coal power with the pipes. That's the first real threshold of where the game becomes complicated. The second threshold being the oil processing, because this is interesting to say the least when it comes to how to set it up. So that is something that I'm going to dedicate episodes for, showing off how to set up the oil stuff. Then we get the industrial manufacturing. This is where we get the two new product parts that we need to get the phase 3. I believe only tier 7 is available. I believe tier 8 says not available in the current patch. We also get the manufacturers. These are the machines that crafts 3 or even 4 parts into another part. We get the truck, which is quite useful as a building vehicle, traveling around when you are going to build outposts. Alternative fluid transports. This gives us the industrial fluid buffer, which is quite useful. I haven't had use for it, but it is quite useful for transporting liquids over distances, so that you always have a buffer. You can also use this in combination with trains. This also opens the empty canisters, packaged water, packaged oil, packaged fuel, packaged heavy oil residue, packaged liquid biofuel, and the liquid biofuel. That is the most energy efficient form of biomass. I don't remember what the recipe is for that, but I guess it's like water and solid biofuel, perhaps. We also get access to the gas mask. That's where the mycelia comes in, because we're going to need fabric. And yes, I do want to get gas masks, because, or rather a gas mask and gas filters, so we can go into the poison zones when we are going to go looking for hard drives. In tier 6 we get the expanded power infrastructure. This gives us the fuel generator, which is an even more efficient way of generating power. Who cares about pollution, right? It also gives us the conveyor belt Mark IV and the conveyor lift Mark IV, which will allow us to transport up to 480 resources per minute. And we get the scanner update for Caterium ore. I'm not sure if the developers actually expect people to wait until this phase to get the Blade Runners. I know that that would be horribly bad, at least the way that I play the game. Then we have the jetpacks. Yeah. It's useful, but it also is a very surefire way to ensure that you die if you don't use it correctly, because you can't wear the Caterium boots when you are wearing this, because it takes up that one slot that you have for equipment, just like parachutes, Blade Runners, the jetpack, the gas mask, the hazmat suit for dealing with radiation. We also get 5 more inventory slots. That's going to be nice. And then we get the monorail train technology, which gives us the railways, the locomotives, the freight cars, the train stations, and all these things, which, yes, this is something that I'm really looking forward to, because on this map I do expect to actually be using the railways, as opposed to my last series. The phase 3 will allow us access to aluminium and nuclear power, at least. I don't remember the other things. So for now, let's set the oil processing as a milestone, and I think we can actually do that. Yeah, let's do that. We need 500 copper sheets and 50 motors. The copper sheets we can go fetch at the sink. I also need to expand our power grid, because I don't think we have enough power, to be honest. Not for what I'm planning to do with the refineries. The refineries do demand quite a lot of power. Those are the copper sheets that we need. And let's just put them in, just in case of potential inventory issues. And then we can go over to the steel part. I do apologize for any noises in the background if that comes through. I think that the cat is having some issues with the fur ball. We have enough steel beams, so what we need is steel pipes. So we need 1 more of those stacks, and I'll also bring 2 of those stacks for my own personal use. And while we're here, we can grab some concrete as well. Oh yes, I've built hypertubes. I completely forgot. Sorry about that. These hypertubes, I've built them below the base. You've already seen them in action twice now. We need more encased industrial beams as well. It's kind of an experiment of building things below the base. I've used the quarter pipe foundations to make these bases for them along the new pillars that I've built down here. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or not, but it doesn't look all that bad. I wish there were some kind of sub-foundation to these things, so that I could actually make them look a little bit more anchored in the columns, but sadly, there is no such thing unless I add mods, and I probably will play with mods at some point. Maybe. Oh, I forgot the motors. But for now, I want to do this as vanilla as possible. So, but there are a great deal of mods for the game. Some of them look fairly interesting as well. So that's probably going to be something that I might add on to this when I'm done with all of the vanilla stuff. Let's get 1 stack of motors. I don't think I need more than 1 stack of them, because I don't think I need motors for anything specific outside of the base. I'm going to need motors for the oil processing when we get to that, but I seem to recall that the refineries and the pump jacks do require motors. Ready for launch. Boom.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Minimize the chance of expiration. Well done. Oh, the next thing we're going to do is grab a stack of mycelia from here. I also got some silica. You get that from the fungi. And let's research this. That'll give us the ability to make biomass from mycelia, which is not something that I intend to do. Analysis of mycelia completed. Then in this tree we have medical properties and fabric. This requires biomass, interestingly enough. The other one requires these various items, so we'll research that as well. Only 3 seconds. And now we get another medicinal inhaler. We have the parts for that, so we can do that as well. We don't particularly need the fabric right away, so I think we're good on that one. Let's put the mycelia back in there. And we can put the foods back in here. I need to get some more bacon mushrooms because we're out of them. So the new medicinal inhaler that we can now make requires less nuts, less pale berries, but it also requires 5 mycelia. I don't think this is the best one. This is the nutritional inhaler. I think there's another one, but I don't remember, to be honest. I probably should get a rebar gun and some spiked rebar, but I haven't really gotten around to that yet. So, let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. The next thing that we are going to do now is go and set up the quartz, because there is a node here that I very, very, very much want. So I've loaded up the truck with some items, and I've already done the base work for that, so we can just drive out to the quartz nodes. Those of you who have followed the series will remember where those are, so I've done the groundwork for what we need done out there. And I'm planning on doing an outpost there. Instead of hauling the raw quartz by a belt into the base, I will actually refine the raw quartz into quartz crystals at the outpost, and then funnel the quartz crystals in through the belts. Let's see here. Okay, so here we are. You can see the start of the base here. I haven't done anything here except I've just prepared things so that it's ready for building. But I got an important message here, so I have to pause the recording for a bit. I will be back shortly. There we go. My apologies for that. Okay, so now we have to set up the quartz, and we have to get that into the main base. These are just placeholders, especially this one. Each of these are Mark II miners, and I don't expect that I will overclock them, but I might actually, because we don't have any other quartz nodes that are too close, I believe. Let me check the map here. We have these two quartz nodes that are here, if the map would function properly. Quartz node. Yeah, we have these two, and these two are normal. So if we want more quartz, we have to go out of the desert and up into the mountains over there. However, over there are 6 of them, so that should help. But that's far enough away that I don't think I want to belt it. Well, it is within the belt limits, so potentially I could belt it. But, well, it's not really a big issue, because the thing that we want to make with this quartz right now, anyways, is crystal oscillators. I think that even with them on normal, we should be fine, but we need to use Mark IIs. Let's go up to level 3. And I believe that should be here. Does that look completely ridiculous? No, I think that's about as good as I can get it, to be honest. What I could do is, of course, make a small tidbit of a belt there, but yeah, it's not really that necessary. Then we need 4 mergers here, and we need a lift there, going up to, and we connect that up to here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want that. I think I'd rather have that. Ah, that was too far away. There, perhaps? Ah, that's too close. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And like so. And then connect that to there. Remove these. And we do this. And remove that one. And then we don't really need that merger. What we do need, however, is... I think that should be the correct location. You need to go to Mark III, and I need another one, I think. No, I don't. Yeah, that looks correct. And then we have to go do the splitter line here. So I should really stop doing the turning around, because it's not really necessary until we come to the actual level that we want the thing on. It saves me time. I hope that Coffee Stain fixes this randomized direction thing in the next patch. I don't understand why it does that specifically, because it doesn't really make sense. Like, would anyone ever want to have them randomized? so, and each of these machines require... No, this one, I've set this to 40% because we need 6.4 machines. So each of these required 37.5. The 0.5 is hidden behind there. And this one will require less. Let's just say less, because I don't know exactly how much. Connect up these. There we go. And then we have to do the mergers on the other side. Now, I don't know what height I'm going to have these on, so that's something that I should take a look at. I prepared the limestone node there for later. I don't want to take it in on that belt with the coal because I have 2 lifts there and then I would have to do all the belts over again. But these are on height 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we want it on 7. And I have no idea. I went into that cave, by the way. There's a... or there was one of the huge spitters in there who was spitting poison at me. Sadly, it died. And I grabbed a green slug. If I want to put down a miner here, that's all the way over there. So I could place the conveyor pole here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it would have to be 7, because this is the same height and angle as the foundations over there. As a matter of fact, also the foundations out there are on the same height, angle, and the same grid as these, because I've made sure that I have that when I'm building in this area. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I take a look down there... Okay, so I want to take this in by the mountain, I think. If you could call this a mountain. Is that too high? I don't like the angle here. No, the angle there is silly. That's going to be a better angle. So that's the correct angle, that's the correct height. I have no idea how much product is going to come out of that thing, so let's just connect this up with Mark 1 belts for now. And we can go back and fix that later on. I don't want to go too far off here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, again, the angle is silly. I did not mean to build you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove these. I think you can accept the fact that it's a little bit... there's the singing again. 2, 4, 5, 6. I believe 6 should suffice here. Ah, no. 7 is necessary. Even that goes upwards, okay. Would 8 go downwards then? Slightly? You know, I don't know if it's necessary to have. Because this makes a weird curve. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Not really important when you're working out in the desert or outside of the base. So this one should... yeah, this one should have 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really high up. Ah, it's too far off. That most definitely sounded like a spitter spitting things. I'm pretty certain there are no spitters here, so I have no idea why that sound came. Okay, and... that's 8, so that means 7 should be fine here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There might be spitters up there, but it sounded like it actually did things. And I'm pretty certain that's too far. Yeah. So we'll make... let's stand underneath here. Yeah, we'll make 1 turn on it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can connect that to there. I'm going to use a lift here because we really don't need to go all the way up there. That's just silly. So we'll build mergers up to level 4. No, let's go to 5 just in case I need to do things with the belt on the other side. Okay, so that happened to be correct. Okay, so it's like that way, that way, that way, and then that way. Okay. Why? It is amusing though, I'll give it that. So that will be on level 4, and we're going to 7, so... well, first of all, I need to know how much we get out of these things, which means we need power. There's definitely something going on here. I might want to have a look if I can walk up that arch and have a look at what the heck's going on up there. Because something is most definitely happening. Let's put the power pole there. And... I need to upgrade that power pole to a Mark II. And then we can bring this with us. Place that here. I don't want to have it too close. At the same time, I want to avoid clipping into the cliff side. Which I believe is going to happen here, if I'm not being very careful. That works. Ah, that's good. I can do that. And then before we do the power pole connection up, can I just do that? Yep, I can. Doesn't look too bad either. Not a lift power pole. There we go. Now we can remove this one as well. Now we can follow this line, but it will involve some clipping, but I'm not very concerned with clipping into elevators. That's something that I don't care all that much about. Although I do care about it clipping into that thing. Okay. Let's go here. I don't know if it's gonna clip through the belt. I hope it isn't. Nope, it's just underneath, so that's fine. Connect all of these. And whoop, we have power. And then we can take this power pole and connect it to there and connect it to there, and boom. We are now producing quartz. Pretty quartz crystals. So these are now going to be transported over to these machines, and since we're using a manifold, it's going to take time to fill that one up, but I'm most curious about this first machine. What is this producing? It's producing 9 parts per minute. So that means that what we are producing in this line is... see here, I need to take a look at the other machines. So 5 times 22.5 is 112.5 plus 9 is 121.5. Right, really. So we are going to need to use a Mark III belt because of the 1.5 part. Okay, well, that's fine, actually. A bit funny, though. Let's take off these. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to overclock this because... check the crystal oscillator recipe. Quartz crystal... crystal oscillator requires 36... that is 18 per minute. So divided by 18... No, that's fine, actually. I can support 6.75 machines with this output. And I don't need 6... well, I might need 6 machines making crystal oscillators, but I definitely don't need more than that. But that's actually much better than I thought. Let's connect up these as well. That did not seem correct. And then we need to go to Mark III, and we are on 5, and we're going to 7, so I think it's just like that. No, it's not. 1, 2. There we go. And then, of course, we should connect up the belts. Wait, no, I'm not going to do that. And the reason for that is that I want quartz crystals. I want to bring that with us. We need that for the MAM. Okay, let's just put up a temporary MAM here. Special MAM Quartz crystal oscillator, start research. Completed. Signal Technologies will require 5 crystal oscillators, so we are going to handcraft that. I don't know exactly how many crystals we need for that. Yeah, we're sending off on belts, so... production, craft bench, crystal oscillator, you're there. Okay, so we can make 4. We need more crystals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Is that enough? Oh, so far down. Okay, now we can make 6 of them. These have 18 steps, which is a fair amount of crafting steps for a product. But I'm not going to pause. We're making 2 at a time, so... There we go. And we go back here and we go to Quartz and we take Signal Technologies. I don't even know what that does. Does it actually give us anything? That's a new icon. What is that? Oh, it's the map. Frequency mapping. But then we go to the thing that I actually wanted. The Explorer. It's just... I need that. Period. So let's go grab more crystals, because I'm going to have to handcraft some more oscillators. I think this should be enough, but let's get what we can just to be on the safe side. Can I grab from the lifts? Ah, this thing is already sending off to the base. Or maybe not to the base, but it's already sending things off quite far away. I believe this should be enough. We can make 8 of them. That's not enough. Anything else I need? Maybe it's not the crystals, that's the problem. No, it was the crystals. So we're going to make 10 of these. The tractor is nice, but when you have the Explorer and you're used to using that, the tractor kind of pales in comparison. There we go. Take this down and go to the MAM and go to Quartz and research can't afford because we need more modular frames, but as it so happens, I thought as much. So that should be enough, and boom. So 5 minutes and we can get that. Right, now let's finish this up. Also upgrade the belts that we can upgrade from here. You can just leave the car in speed. Not always a good idea if you're dealing with other things, like, for instance, the Explorer, which really is a little bit faster than the tractor. While we're here, let's see if we can go up here and figure out what the heck is making those sounds. No, apparently we cannot go up here. That's a shame. I can always build my way up, but yeah, no. There we go. I'm not sure about the distance here. I know I'm going to need one more conveyor pole before we get over there. But I'm not sure where. It's on the... So, 1. This would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need the conveyor, not that conveyor. We need the conveyor to be here. Alas, I cannot build underneath it, which is a shame. But I can build one there. Ah, that's not correct. Sure. 1, 2, 4, 5. 6, 7. And we can remove these ones because I don't need them. I think this one is surplus as well. And we go to tool belt number 3. Oh, right, okay, so that wasn't enough. Must have miscounted. Oh, that was almost a belt. This one we can connect to there. It's going to be interesting to figure out where I'm going to put these in the main base. But that's not going to be in this episode because we are already nearing the point where we should wrap things up. But the manufacturers do take a lot of space, and before we can even get the manufacturers, I'm going to research that. I'm going to need to research the technology for them, and to be able to research the technology for them, I'm going to need plastics, and to get plastics, I'm going to need to build oil refineries. So yeah, we have things going on here now that will make for some fairly interesting content in the upcoming episodes, I think, in regards to the learning experience. It's so dark. Apparently we started out a dark and non-weathery night. We're probably going to end it in a dark and non-weathery night as well, but I would like the MAM to complete the research of the Explorer before we end the episode. But there is that, because I really need the Explorer. To there and to there, and now we have the crystals in the base, ready to be dragged off to somewhere. We might need it. The manufacturers take quite a bit of space, so building, I'm probably just going to use what we have and make 5 machines making crystal oscillators, to be honest, because crystal oscillators take 2 minutes or something to create. It's a really slow product to make. And I can just funnel any excess into a sink, because they actually give a nice reward in the sink. But I'm hoping for an alternate recipe for computers. That would be the crystal computers recipe. I like that before we get the endgame products. So how long? Ah, it's done. Excelente. New vehicles. Explorer. So the Explorer requires some tactical Borg cubes. I believe we can make those. I hope we can make those. Yeah, that's something that I haven't set up from this level, I think. Yep, there they are. Let's use the to-do list for once, so I can show that up as well. I almost never use this. Heavy modular frame require 5 modular frames, screws, encased industrial beams, and steel pipes. We have all of those things. This is iron plates. We have screws over here. Grab a stack of those. Steel pipes. panels and modular frames, those we can go and pick up at the pit stop over here. And the coal power plant over there, that's where we're going to build out from, both to get more room for coal power, but also to get the, let's just grab a whole bunch of these, also to get the oil, because the oil is out that way, and I'd rather not go that way out the desert to get to that area, because that involves a great deal of poison stuff and other horrible things. There's lots of monsters and all kinds of things in the chasm that we need to drive out to get there, so it's actually quite much easier to just build foundations out from the coal power plant and go down to the coast out there. Need to get some steel pipes. I can grab a few of these. We also need industrial encased industrial beams, so I'll just grab 2 stacks of those. I'm just making sure. I'm not sure what they mean with this. Text 3 Mark 1. Some of these machines have little Easter eggs built into them. Like the lifts. It's an 819 lifter. I kind of like this. The pipes are over here. I really need to get going on one of those storage mall things as well, so I don't have to run all over the place to get things. We do need motors as well, so let's grab a stack of those. And I should take down those. That I can do in between episodes though, so I'm quite confident that you guys are aware of how to tear things down by now, so... Okay, do we have what we need to make those tactical bore cubes now? How many can we make? We can make 5. How useful. Yeah, 100 screws each. That's a lot. Then we need crystal oscillators, which means we need more of the quartz crystal. I'm afraid that means I'm going to have to go pick up from the belt, which is not going to be ideal at all. Yeah, no. Picking up from the belt is going to take ages. At least the belt is fast, so that's something. I should store these in a container so I have them, so I can handcraft crystal oscillators when I need them. I'll probably do that in between episodes as well. Make a lift, taking these off the belt and stashing them into a container. Which of course is going to be a temporary one. And I can just put the excess into a sink when we get to the point where I actually have the manufacturers that make use of these raw quartz crystals up and running. Now we need to go upstairs again. And the oscillators here. Oh, yeah, we're almost out of cable. Where's the truck? It's here. Got the tractor. I had some cable in here. Let's grab a couple of stacks of that. And that'll give us 5 of those. Need to put some... No. I don't. Then we need 15 beacons. Like so. And then we need to actually build the thing. Isn't that a beauty? We need some fuel as well. Let's grab some coal. Put this in here and room. I love this thing. No more 11 kilometers per hour when we're going up a ramp. Let's see how fast we can go up with this. Yeah, 60. That's more like it. There we have the Explorer. My absolute favorite vehicle for exploring, and that will also mean that we're going to do some exploration episodes soon. But I think that that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode and some fun driving around with this thing. We can go through here. Now, if you do have any questions or comments, as per usual, please leave those in the comment section for the video. Also, feel free to join us in our Discord server. You'll find the link to that in the description of the video or in the channel banner up in the right corner on my channel. Thank you all so very much for joining me, and I will be seeing you all in the next episode.